Welcome back, everyone. I'm Bobby Techno from Bobby's Tech World, and today we're going to follow a really cool guide to unlock the bootloader on our Nexus 5X, and we're going to install a custom recovery. Now, before I begin, this post here is formed by a gentleman named Heisenberg. Hopefully it's a gentleman here and not a female. I'm sorry if I got it all wrong, but by Heisenberg, he had put a post on the XDA forum with a guide, several step guide on how to do much more than what we're going to do today. So I'm just going to start with those basic steps, and we're going to do more videos as time goes on to get more and more in depth with our phone. And with this guide, if you ever mess up, you go back to this, the original post. I'll have a link below. I'll have a link to Heisenberg's donation page. Hopefully I can find it and get it on there for you. So if you like what you see and stuff like that, you can more than welcome to donate to him. But when you go down in here, this guide here, you just read it from the beginning. It's the original post, like I said, and you can do a lot. Bring your phone back to life if you mess it up, or you can do all kinds of other custom things. And we're going to get to all that. So let's start with the basics. You have an introduction, all right? This is a you're going to come back to this page a bajillion times like I did. Trust me. Prerequisites. This is where you need to start. If you don't do the prerequisites, then you can just forget it. All right, stuff may not even work on your phone. You're going to ask yourself what in the world is going on. So we need a working ADB Fastboot environment. And you're like, well, what is that? Well, you'll just have to it's like an Android debugging bridge, okay? It's a way you can use your computer to connect to your device and do a lot of commands from your computer. So we're going to want to go right here and download the SDK, the most current. So when you go here, you're going to see an entire Android Studio. Please, what he says in here, if you read all this stuff, you're going to want to scroll down all the way down here to the SDK tools only. You got an installer exe, or you can do the zip. I just prefer to do the zip file because I'm going to unzip it myself. So you would just click on that, and it says I have read this agreement right here. Download the SDK.zip. So that's it. You just click it, and you should get a drop down and everything to tell you that right there. But at this moment, I'm going to go ahead and cancel it because I already took the time to download it and put it in my, let's see right here. It'll probably be in your downloads folder. Yes, right here, okay? It says extract. Once you just left click on it, it says extract. You hit extract. You got a chance to extract all of it. Now in here, he talks about just putting this together right here, okay? Having it right there on your C drive. You can if you wish. All I did different was I had my own folder within my Bobby's junk thing, and in here I made a folder called SDK, and then I extracted everything right here. So this is it. This is the extracted folder. Now let's go back to the next step here. What he asks us to do is to when we download and extract it, alright, we're going to navigate to this, and then we're going to open the SDK manager.exe. So we're going to go here, open it up. There's your SDK manager.exe. Alright, well, now when you click on that, you'll see something really cool. It's going to pull up a list of things that will ask you what would you want to download, and you need to install the following packages. Alright, these under tools, the Android SDK tools, Android SDK platform tools, and under extras, Android support library and Google USB driver. So here they are. This is what will happen. This will pop up. So like he said under tools, well, that's just natural. You want to just go up there to that one. The Android SDK platform tools and SDK tools and SDK platform tools. Excuse me, let's go back to that and see what we got. SDK tools and then platform tools. Alright, and then down here we don't need any of that stuff. We'll click out of that, and then under extras, he asks for Google USB driver. Alright, let's double verify that's what he asked. Google USB driver, and then Android support library. Android support library. Bam. Alright, those boxes are checked. Well, since I already have them, it's going to ask me to delete because I already installed them to make sure everything works. But if you didn't see those, it would say not installed over here on the right where my mouse is. And then you would hit install packages and all the stuff would install and you'd be done. After that, once you've installed, blah, 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 you will go to this folder, open command prompt in the Fastboot folder here. So we've got all this in here. We got platform tools. Go in there. This is the area you want to go to do everything for your Nexus 5X. So you want to, just right clicking isn't going to help you. See, you don't see anything there. So like he said, hold down shift, hit the right click, and then open command window from here. Then he asks you to put ADB version, and if it returns a number, you're good to go. I clicked the wrong thing. Alright. ADB version, bam. There you go. And let me get rid of this background. Sorry, I clicked on the wrong thing here. Okay, so there you go. Android Debugging Bridge version 1.0.32. Bam, you're good to go. Alright, you can test this out. So at this point, we're going to go to our phone, and I'm going to show you how to enable some of the features on your phone so we can get this stuff rolling. Now that we're on our phone, we have to do a couple things to it so we can make sure we get the right connection for ADB debugging. So go to your settings, scroll all the way down, go to About Phone. What you want to do is you want to go to your build number down here. You're going to tap that a series of times, so now you're a developer. Okay, so back up, go to developer options. We're going to, this is probably going to be unchecked like that, the OEM unlocking. If not, whatever. You want to open that up. Okay, you want to enable to allow the bootloader to be unlocked. Next, you want to USB debug. You want to turn that on. Yes, I want that on. So just like the website or the post that you'll see, you know, it says you can test this connection, but make sure that ADB USB debugging is enabled in settings, developer options, and the screen unlocked and issuing this command. So we got all that going. One more thing I want to recommend. Disable your security, the fingerprint, all that stuff. Take it off because it makes things flow so much easier when you don't have to worry about every time the phone's rebooting you got to enter a password or a PIN number or something like that, okay? So you want to go ahead and get rid of that for the time being, because when you unlock this bootloader, it's going to delete everything anyway. It's going to be gone. All of it gone. Alright, so what you're going to see, like here, I got the little checker icon. That's going to be gone. All of it. Pictures, everything gone. So with this, you might, and the drivers installed, you want to plug this up to your computer. If there's anything valuable on this, go ahead and get it off. Put it in a folder on your computer. But for the time being, we're going to go ahead and hook this up to the computer so you can see the phone and the computer connect and talk to each other. Now that we have our phone, I got everything set up so you can see it. I have the other end of the USB. I'm going to go ahead and stick it into the computer. And you will see a couple pop-ups come on the phone. Just excuse the rudimentary idea here. Allow USB debugging. Yes. Always allow. Let me click that and hit OK. There. Done. So now that that's on there, you get the little USB debugging Android face. It says right here, USB for charging. I don't want it for charging, so click that. You got your options and hit File Transfers. Okay. Now maybe at the bottom of your computer screen it might actually install a driver. Just give it a second if it does. Mine's already been installed, whatever, and of course the Android, the Google USB drivers will probably have already taken care of all that. But if you want to know if your phone is connected, go down here to your folder And on the left here, you see I have Nexus 5X. I click that. And there you go. Alright, it's right there. So it is connected, it's ready to go. And you'd want to click on that and go inside and take your stuff out. Whatever you thought was important to you. If not, just get rid of it all. So at this point, we want to try Adb Devices right here, this code. Because now that we have our screen, or excuse me, our phone connected correctly and everything is in and talking to each other, we're going to pull up this same command prompt here that is from the Platform Tools folder. And I'm going to copy that, go over here. Sometimes copy and pasting might be best. And then right click and it goes right in there. So Adb Devices, boom, there's your device right there. If this doesn't show up, you can forget it. You ain't going anywhere. You'll have to make sure drivers are installed and you have the correct stuff on your phone in the file transfer mode. If it's in the charging mode or whatever, it's not going to work. So in return to serial number, Adb is working. So we want to do Fastboot Devices. You can test this connection of your device while booted into the bootloader. So power, volume down, and issuing this command. So on your phone, you're going to go to this. I'm going to turn it off. And show you volume down, power button. Let me unplug it here. And then I am going to there we go. Whew. Okay. Sorry about the confusion there. Okay, it's unplugged and I held down the volume button, power button. Boom. Now let's go ahead and plug in my USB into the computer. Alright, at this time you might see some loading down there below as far as the driver, but mine's probably already in there, so it's no big deal. Alright, now he asked Fastboot Devices. Let's go here. Put that in there. The first time it didn't work out too well because I didn't have the bootloader, wasn't into it. So Fastboot Devices, boom, Fastboot, there's your number. Alright, so we are able to boot, to go into our bootloader. Everything is connected, everything is where it needs to be so we can start doing some magic. Whew. Alright, in his post here, he has some quick tips like how to boot into the bootloader. You'd put Adb Reboot Bootloader. Now, I just showed you how to do it to turn the phone off and how to turn it back on into the bootloader. But you can type that command in on your computer and it'll go straight to it. It's just a quick tip. I wanted to show you how to do it first before we ended up doing it. How to boot into recovery. There you go. So if you scroll down some more, here is all the things. We're pretty much going to cover all of it over here on the left. Okay, we're going to cover pretty much all of it. Not right now. This will be a series of videos. So the next thing we're going to do, now that we've got everything connected, we're going to unlock our bootloader. So you scroll down here. Number 1, how to unlock your bootloader. Go to Settings, About Phone, click on Build Number continuously till you see, we already did that, the developer options. Alright, power off the phone, boot into the bootloader. We did that. Connect your phone to the via USB cable. We've done that. Open a command prompt from within your Fastboot folder. Same command right here. Alright, and open a command prompt. Check your Fastboot connection. So we'll put Fastboot Devices, and we had done that right here, but I'll do it again. Okay, connection is still good. It should return a serial number. Alright, now here's the code. This will erase everything, so don't get mad if it happens, because it's going to happen. Fastboot Oem Unlock. Right click, copy, go over here, paste, and go. Now if you look over here on your phone, it's going to ask you, do you want to do it, yes or no? So you use your volume, go up to yes, and then hit the power button. And there you go. It says device state unlocked. Down here, it's all done. That is how you unlock the bootloader. Now I'll ask you to do a Fastboot Reboot. which is fine once the process completes. And type that there, and boom. And it's going to reboot the bootloader. Now you've got your device software can't be checked for corruption. You're going to have a couple of disclaimers that are going to pop up like that, but you know, it's the price to pay. There might be ways around it, but this is how you do it. You just have to deal with that when you turn your phone off and back on. But I don't look at that screen all the time, so it's really not a big deal for me. Now at this point, we're going to install a custom recovery. Because now that we've unlocked our bootloader, let's get a recovery on there so we can do some stuff. So just bear with me, and we will be right back once the phone is boot back up. Our phone has booted back up. As you can see, it's right where it was when you first opened it up out of the box and everything. So for our custom recovery, I'm not going to go through any of this stuff on this phone. I'm not going to go through the setup and the procedures and anything like that. So what I'm going to do is unplug the USB from the computer. Because what happens now, because it's factory reset, you'll have to go in there, developer options, you'll have to do all that stuff too, and get back in there. So what I'm going to try to do is turn the phone off, and then go into the fastboot mode, and then flash the recovery. So let me get the phone ready to go, and then we'll go over here and do the rest of the stuff from the forum. So I'm going to turn it off. Then I'm hold the power down and the volume. There we go. Now that that's back on, I'm going to plug the USB cable back into the computer. Alright. And let's go ahead and make sure we have everything's connected right. Alright, so Fastboot is still connected. We're still up and running. Typing in Fastboot Devices. Alright, over here, download Twrp recovery. Let's go here. This is step 2 on the form by Heisenberg. If you scroll down here, here's your TeamWin recovery project. This is your custom recovery. Here's your builds. This is the brand new one. Alright, 16 megabytes. Click it, download it. Once it's downloaded, transfer it straight over to snap. Here you go. Right here. See, I put it not there. Excuse me. In SDK. I went to Platform Tools, and I put it right into here. Right where the platform tools are, because this is where you're going to open up your command window from, or still have it open from it. But take it, move it into here. He does ask about making sure, yeah, place the file in your Fastboot folder like we just did. And make sure you check the MD5 to verify. Now you can look it up on Google or YouTube to see about how to check the MD5 verification. I already did it, so everything is fine on my side. But Fastboot folder, this is it right here where your fastboot.exe is located, and it's right there. So we're good on that part. I still have my command prompt open, and now open the command prompt like we just did. Select enter this command, fastboot flash recovery, and this is the recovery. So if I highlight this here, fastboot flash recovery, copy it, put it over here, paste it, spacebar, and go over here, and this is your recovery. So if you just right click on it and then go to rename and then highlight all of it, you can copy that, come over to here, and right click and hit paste. What? Let's try that again. Rename, copy, and then paste. So there you go, Fastboot Flash Recovery Twrp right there, and hit enter. Done. Alright, now that that's in there, we can scroll down, and it says with the volume key, scroll down and power key use the power key to select a reboot bootloader option. Once the phone has rebooted back into bootloader, you can use the volume keys to scroll and the power key to boot into the newly flashed. So use the volume keys, and we need to go to reboot bootloader. So restart bootloader. Okay, we're going to restart bootloader. Now we're going to go into our recovery mode. Then I'm going to hit the power button, and you'll see what happens here in just a minute. And there we go. Team win recovery project. It's awesome. It's 3.0. It's the latest and greatest. It's really cool. Alright, keeping the system read-only. It'll ask you if you want to leave your partition unmodified, then you can leave it read-only, or swipe to allow modifications. There's some stuff down here that talks about when it boots up, it'll ask you if you want to allow modification over here on the to keep it read-only. If you're going to use C, we're going to get to that. You must choose keep it read-only. If Twrp isn't available, however, Twrp isn't able to persist without modifying systems, so you'll lose it after booting into Android. You'll need to flash boot to access it again. So at this point, this is your choice if you want to go to the keep read-only or swipe to allow modifications. So we'll just go ahead and leave it alone. There you go. And that's what it looks like. So at this point, you know, when you just read what he put right here, and I'm going to allow modifications. All right. If you keep it read only, of course, whenever you flash or boot, you'll lose it after booting into Android. It's one of those things. So we're going to use it to modify because I want to do stuff. I'm going to go back into it. So thank y'all for watching. I know it's a pretty lengthy video, but it'll help you go through all the steps. If you run into any hiccups or I had missed something, please go to the link I have below to this forum post, alright, by Heisenberg. All the steps are right there. You'll enjoy it. Thank you all for watching. I'm Bobby Techno from Bobby's Tech World, and I'm pulling chalks.